Mel Russo's a go-getter.
I was always a very academically motivated person, and I would study something intense, maybe get a master's, maybe get a PhD.
Then she pitched her parents an uncommon idea.
They were like, what do you mean? What is this gap year you talk of?
Yeah, what do you mean? I asked Gap Year Association Executive Director Ethan Knight.
A gap year is a semester or a year typically taken after high school or before starting college or your career in order to deepen one's personal, practical, and professional awareness.
That idea is unfamiliar, so my inclination is to fear it, like dragons, frappuccinos, or small pieces of cloth worn over the mouth and nose. So we're breaking down the gap year, starting with, is this just really a year off?
If a student's just at home kicking their feet up playing video games, I wouldn't call that a gap year. It's always got to be grounded in some level of experiential learning, and we're really keen to highlight that you go in with some degree of intention or purpose.
So it's different from book learning.
We can only dream as big as we've seen. So we're trying to take the lid off of that for each individual person and propel them into a future that it's more grounded in real-world experience.
Great, but haven't we all heard that students who take a break never come back?
The data is quite clear that if a young person goes on to do a purposeful gap year, then they're back in school to the tune of 90% within a year, and any high school would be happy with those numbers.
And most students do better once they're back.
Students emerge much more driven through their college degree. Better GPAs, better time to graduation, better leadership quotients.
Finally, how do you structure this thing? You can get ideas at the Gap Year Association website.
Every 3 years, we release a new set of standards, and we accredit gap year programs as well as gap year consultants.
So you can know the guidance you're getting is legit, but
some of the best gap years I've seen have been done independently by students, either working with a gap year consultant or their own family contacts.
Which is how Mel managed her experience.
I ended up in Costa Rica working as an English teacher, and then my French teacher from high school actually reached out to me and said, you can work for this museum. So then I found myself working in a very small town in France. Things just came my way and I kept saying yes.
GapYearAssociation.org is a great place to start your search for resources, including financial aid or paid work opportunities.
You should take a gap year.
Understanding gap year basics is what's the deal.